Good morning. How's everybody doing, man? It's Monday morning. It's time for another Real Man Monday. I am Jeff Williams. I pray that everyone had a wonderful and blessed weekend this past weekend. Listen, I want to share with you all today something that is near and dear to my heart. It's a lesson that I think men definitely need to learn. I think women even need to hear it, but it's basically a message for men because we're confused about something that we need to get straightened out. And today I'm hoping that I can clear it up, man. Today I want to talk to you all about why men must stop reproducing now. Why we must stop reproducing now. Listen, man, I know it's common for every man to want to reproduce. Every man wants to extend his lifeline by having a child, by having multiple children. Most men want a son so that son can carry on the legacy of their namesake. I get that. I understand that, man. And then most people will, repeat to you the Bible verse that says that we should be fruitful and we should multiply. We should replenish the earth. We should subdue the earth. But there's a reason why the Bible says be fruitful, then multiply. There's a reason it comes in that order, man, because fruitfulness is not just about having a seed and spreading your seed, but fruitfulness is about putting in the work to make sure that you are fertile ground. Fruitfulness says that I'm going to make myself productive. I'm going to make myself worthwhile. I'm going to make myself helpful. I'm going to make myself beneficial. I'm going to make myself successful. I'm going to make myself effective. And then once I do all of those things involving myself, then after I make myself fruitful by being productive, worthwhile, helpful, beneficial, successful, effective, after I finish doing that, then it says that I'm ready now to multiply, or in other words, make more replications of myself. Too many of us as men, man, I want to put it to you like this. We are contaminated trees right now. And if a tree is contaminated, that tree cannot be permitted to keep producing fruit because the fruit is more harmful than it is helpful. And so we're contaminated fruit right now, man, because we've got all kind of unresolved issues, all kind of unresolved problems. We're not thinking the right way. We're not doing the right things. We're operating out of selfishness, not out of love and selflessness. And until we get those things straight, man, we need to cease from reproducing right now. Let me give you this example. If there was a restaurant and you went to that restaurant, and the restaurant was not clean. You went to the restaurant and you ordered something and they did not get your order right. They didn't have great customer service. The marketing was off. There's nothing productive. There's nothing worthwhile about that restaurant that makes you want to come back and continue to spend your money at that restaurant. For all purposes, it looks like that restaurant is totally dysfunctional. It looks like they do not have it together. It looks like they're not worthy of your service another time, another visit. So I want to liken men into that. If you are a man who, like that restaurant, is unproductive, if you're not doing things up to the level that you have the potential of doing them, then that restaurant, if it's not performing at a high level, the worst thing in the world that restaurant could do, or the restaurant owner could do, is to go out and say that I want to franchise this. I want to produce more versions of this restaurant. You would think that a franchise owner was crazy, that a restaurant owner was crazy, if he had a total dysfunctional, non-productive business and he came to you and said, I want to reproduce multiple locations of this dysfunctional business. Well, right now as men, that's what we're doing, man. We are dysfunctional, man. We're not in tip-top condition. We're not in tip-top shape, man, mentally, physically, spiritually, emotionally. We are broken. We need to be purged. We need to be fixed. We need to be cleansed. And yet we're going out and we're trying to sow our royal oats and reproduce when we're in a contaminated stage, man. And what that's doing is, man, we're reproducing. You can only produce or reproduce more versions of you. So what we need to start thinking about, man, is, am I whole? Am I productive enough? Am I successful enough? Am I helpful enough or beneficial enough that the world needs another version of me? Because I cannot reproduce something that I'm not. When I reproduce a second coming of myself. I will be rooted, grounded, into whatever it is that I reproduce. And I don't need to do that if I'm contaminated myself, man, because now I'm giving the world fruit that is more harmful for them to digest than it is helpful for them to digest. And so we need to think about that, man. And so I'm challenging every man to be real with yourself, man. Have a true period of self-evaluation. Be honest with yourself about who you are. Be honest with yourself about what you have the ability to produce today, man. And just be honest enough to say with yourself, if I'm not at the top of my game right now, man, then I'm going to cease from reproducing any other version of myself. I'm going to make sure that I become a fruitful man, that I become fertile ground, ready, capable, able of reproducing something that is productive, something that can be nourishment to the body of people in this lifetime and generation, man, because the worst thing in the world that we can do is put out here a product that's going to be harmful or hurtful. We've got enough contamination in the world, man. So if you're not whole, if you've not been healed, if you still have unresolved issues, I'm going to challenge you today, man, to stop reproducing right now and start bettering yourself before you reproduce another version of yourself. Listen, man, I am Jeff Williams. This is Real Man Monday. Thank you all for tuning in, man. For all of you all who have said prayers for me, sent wonderful messages for me as I lost my father a couple weeks ago, man. I love you all. Thank you all. Forever will I be grateful for everyone who's reached out to me in any type of way, to me or my family, man. I love you all. You all stay tuned, man. We got a couple more weeks of Real Man Monday in season 3, and then we're going to be back with season 4, man, and we're just going to go higher and higher this year, man. By the end of this year, my goal is that we'll all be better men. We'll all be contributing in a better way to our society and to our families, man, and we're just going to continue to grow together. I love y'all. Be blessed. Have a wonderful day.